Welcome dear students. Today we are going to discuss the aldol condensation reaction. The first question is that why it is called as a condensation reaction. My dear students, condensation reactions are those reactions in which two small molecules combine to form one large molecule with or without elimination of a small molecule like water, NH3 or HCl as byproduct. So this one is the definition of the condensation reaction, that in these reactions two small molecules combine to form one large molecule, and when two small molecules combine together, then during this combination a small molecule like water, ammonia, HCl can be or cannot be removed as a byproduct. My dear students, when two molecules combine, it means two molecules are being added into each other, and one small molecule may be eliminated. So two molecules add together, and when they add together during this addition process, a small molecule may or may not be removed or eliminated. So that's why the condensation reaction is also called as the addition elimination reaction, because two molecules are added and a small molecule is eliminated. Now my dear student, what is the reason for the name aldol? This reaction is called as aldol condensation reaction because aldol is the main product of this reaction. So aldol is the product of this reaction, and this aldol is actually a combination of two words, ald and ol. The ald refers to the aldehyde and ol refers to the alcohol. So it simply means that the product of this reaction will be a bifunctional compound that will be containing the aldehyde functional group as well as the alcoholic functional group. So basically the product of this reaction is aldol, which is a bifunctional compound consisting of an aldehyde functional group and an alcoholic functional group. My dear students, the aldols are defined as the beta hydroxy carbonyl compounds. So these are the compounds in which OH group, the alcoholic group, is attached to the beta carbon, and the carbonyl group is also present. So this one is the definition of the aldol, that the beta hydroxy carbonyl compounds are called as aldols. My dear students, aldol condensation is shown by only enolizable aldehydes. And dear students, enolizable aldehydes are those that have alpha hydrogen. So those aldehydes that have alpha hydrogen, they are called as the enolizable aldehydes, because these aldehydes can be changed to the enolate ion. So these aldehydes can be changed into the enolate ion, so that's why they are called as the enolizable aldehydes. And even these aldehydes can also be changed to the enols through tautomerism. So this enolate ion can be changed to enol through the tautomerism. That's why these aldehydes are called as the enolizable aldehydes. So all those aldehydes that have alpha hydrogen, they are the enolizable aldehydes, and they show aldol condensation reaction when these aldehydes are provided with the dilute base, and most commonly the base which is used is NaOH. So that's why the aldehydes that have alpha hydrogen, or which are enolizable aldehydes, when they are provided with the dilute NaOH solution, then they undergo the aldol condensation reaction. Now let us look how the aldol condensation reaction takes place. Dear students, I am taking the example of acetaldehyde or ethanol. So there will be two molecules of ethanol that will be self-added the alpha hydrogen will move to the oxygen of the carbonyl group of an aldehyde, and alpha carbon will be attached to the carbon of the carbonyl group of an aldehyde molecule. As a result, this product is formed. Now dear students, in this product, this carbon is the carbon of the functional group, this one is the alpha carbon, and that is the beta carbon. So it is a beta hydroxy carbonyl compound, and that is an aldol actually, which consists of an aldehyde functional group as well as the alcoholic functional group. The IUPAC name of this aldol will be 3-hydroxy butanol, because the OH group is attached to the third carbon. In total there are 4 carbons, so that's why it will be called as the butanol. Now this one is the self addition of the 2 acetaldehyde molecules, and the product formed in this case, it is an aldol. My dear students, there are some aldehydes which are non-enolizable aldehydes, means they do not have any alpha hydrogen, so that's why they do not show the aldol condensation reaction when they are provided with the dilute basic medium. For example, the 2 most common examples are formaldehyde. Now the formaldehyde molecule has only 1 carbon, and that is the carbon of the functional group. So it does not have any alpha carbon, so there is no alpha hydrogen present in it. So this formaldehyde molecule has no alpha hydrogen, that's why it will be non-enolizable aldehyde. And similarly, in case of benzaldehyde, again this one is the alpha carbon, and the hydrogen of this alpha carbon is replaced with this formyl group. So that's why this alpha carbon is not having any hydrogen, So that's why this benzaldehyde is also a non-enolizable aldehyde. So when formaldehyde and benzaldehyde, they are provided with the dilute NaOH solution, they do not show aldol condensation reaction because they do not have any alpha hydrogen and they are non-enolizable aldehydes. My dear students, now let us look into the mechanism of aldol condensation. But before going towards the mechanism of the aldol condensation, let me tell you that this aldol is stable in the basic medium. But if you slightly heat this aldol, or you treat the aldol with some dilute acid like HCl. So heating the aldol or treating it with dilute acid like HCl dehydrates this aldol. And after dehydration, my dear students, OH is removed from this carbon and hydrogen is removed from this carbon. Keep in mind that whenever the hydrogen is required, it is removed from that carbon which already has lesser number of the hydrogen atom, and this rule is called as the Setsev rule. So according to Setsev rule, whenever the hydrogen is removed during an elimination reaction, the hydrogen will be removed from that carbon which already has lesser number of the hydrogen atoms. So hydrogen from this carbon, OH from this carbon, they will combine to form water, and in this way the water molecule is removed from this aldol or it is dehydrated. After dehydration, dear students, double bond forms between alpha and beta carbon. So this one is the alpha carbon, this one is beta carbon, and a double bond is formed between alpha and beta carbon. So that's why it is called as alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. And dear students, this alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde is called as crotonaldehyde. Keep in mind that croton is a prefix which is used in the nomenclature of the organic compounds, and this croton prefix means that the compound with which this prefix is used, that will be having total of 4 carbons, and double bond will be present between carbon number 2 and 3. So dear students, whenever you use this prefix croton with the name of any organic compound, then it means that that organic compound will be having total of 4 carbon atoms and double bond will be present between the second and third carbon, just like in this case. This compound has total of the 4 carbons and the double bond is present between second and the third carbon atom. So aldols are stable in the basic medium, but when they are heated or provided with the dilute acid, after dehydration they are changed to the alpha beta unsaturated aldehydes. Now dear students, let us study the mechanism of the aldol condensation reaction. The first step, first of all, remember one thing, that all the steps of the mechanism of the aldol condensation reaction, they are reversible. In the first step, strong nucleophile is generated. And dear students, that strong nucleophile is basically an enolate ion. So this one is the enolate ion. And keep in mind that enolate ion is the ion in which alpha carbon of the aldehyde carries the negative charge. And this enolate ion can also be called as carb anion because the negative charge is present on the carbon atom. So In the first step, base attacks the alpha hydrogen of the acetaldehyde molecule. All the steps should be reversible. So this base will attack on alpha hydrogen, and alpha carbon will shift the 2 electrons of this bond to the alpha carbon, and it will be removed in the form of H positive. So this H positive will combine with the OH negative. As a result, water is formed, and when carbon gets 2 electrons, then it gets the negative charge. And this is the enolate ion, which is basically a carb anion, and it is a strong nucleophile. So in the first step, the base helps in the generation of the strong nucleophile. Now, dear students, in the second step, attack of strong nucleophile on weak electrophilic carbon. So in the second step, the strong nucleophile will attack the weak electrophilic carbon of the carbonyl group of the other aldehyde molecule. So this one is the second molecule of the acetaldehyde. The strong nucleophile formed in the first step, that will attack the weak electrophilic carbon of the carbonyl group of the other aldehyde molecule, and this carbon will give 2 electrons of the pi bonds to the oxygen. As a result, this oxygen will get negative charge, and this one is an intermediate which is formed. Now, my dear students, there will be the last and the third step, in which the base which was used in the first step, that will be regenerated, because base is the catalyst, and catalyst, if used in a reaction mechanism, then it must be regenerated in the last step. So in the third step, the negative oxygen will attack on the hydrogen of water, and this one is the water which was produced in the first step. So when it will attack on this hydrogen, the hydrogen will break bond with the OH. As a result, this one is the 3-hydroxybutanol, which is the aldol, and it is the main product. And with this aldol, there will be OH negative ion, and this OH negative ion is basically the catalyst which was used in the first step, that is regenerated in the last step. And my dear student, this last step will be named as the regeneration of the catalyst. So there are 3 steps. Sorry, this step should also be reversible. So there are 3 steps. In the first step, the base helps in the production of the strong nucleophile by attacking the alpha hydrogen of an aldehyde molecule. As a result, the enolate or carb anion is produced, which serves as a strong nucleophile. Then in the second step, the strong nucleophile attacks on the weak electrophilic carbon of the carbonyl group of other aldehyde molecule, and then this negative ion is produced. And finally, this negative ion attacks water, and it regenerates the catalyst which was used in the first step. So that is the mechanism of the aldol condensation reaction. Now, my dear students, there is a question: that do only aldehydes show the aldol condensation reaction? Does or do ketones, they do not show the aldol condensation reaction? Dear students, aldehydes and ketones, if they have alpha hydrogen atom, then both of them, they show the aldol condensation reaction. So we have discussed the aldehyde part so far. Now let us discuss the aldol condensation of the ketones. My dear students, all those ketones which are the enolizable ketones, means they have alpha hydrogen atom, they can show the aldol condensation reaction in the dilute basic medium. So for example, we have two acetone molecules. So these are the two acetone molecules. And dear students, because ketones are less reactive as compared to the aldehydes, so that's why you will have to provide a relatively stronger base here, and that is the barium hydroxide. And dear students, now again the alpha hydrogen of one ketone, that will be added to oxygen, and the alpha carbon, that will be added to the carbon of the carbonyl group. As a result, you will have to write down the methyl out of the chain, because methyl do not adjust in the chain. Here will be OH, CH2, C double bond O, CH3. And dear students, this one is now a ketol, because this compound has two functional groups, keto groups and the alcoholic group. And dear student, again you can see that this is the carbon of the functional group, here it is the alpha carbon and it is the beta carbon. So again OH group is attached to the beta carbon, so it will be the beta hydroxy carbonyl compound. So aldol and ketol both are defined in the same way, that they are the beta hydroxy carbonyl compounds. Dear students, what should be the IUPAC name of this ketol? This one is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it is 4 hydroxy, 4 methyl, 2 pentanone, and it is a ketol. Now dear student, it is also known as the diacetone alcohol, because it has alcoholic functional group and it is formed by the combination of the two acetone molecules. Now dear students, the ketol is again stable in the basic medium, but when you will heat it or you will provide it some dilute acid, then it will also undergo the dehydration just like the aldol, and it will also form the alpha beta unsaturated ketone. Now let us see how this aldol gets dehydrated. This one is the ketol. When you will heat it, again this one is the carbon that will give OH negative, and the carbon having lesser hydrogen will give H positive. As a result, water is produced, and finally double bond is formed between alpha and beta carbon atoms. So that is alpha beta unsaturated ketone. Now my dear student, it is called as mesityl oxide. And what should be the IUPAC name of this alpha beta unsaturated ketone? It is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So dear student, it is 4 methyl 3 pentane 2 on. 4 methyl 3 pentene, it should be 3 pentene, but because the name is continuing, so that's why the E is removed. So it is 3 pentane 2 1. That is the IUPAC name of this alpha beta unsaturated ketone. Dear student, this was the aldol condensation reaction, and I have given the example of the aldol condensation reaction with both enolizable aldehyde as well as the enolizable ketone. Now, what if we start the aldol condensation reaction with the two different aldehyde molecules or two different ketone molecules? That reaction will be called as the mixed aldol condensation reaction, and it will be the topic of our discussion in the next lecture. Till then, take care.